Hello everyone. Today we are going to look into LeetCode Problem 34, that is find first and last position of element in sorted array. So when coming to the problem statement, so we are given in sorted array. So we need to be careful. That is, it is sorted array, and we are given a target. What we need to find is we need to find the the first position and last position, first position and last position. That is the problem statement. So here we are given three examples. The first one, target is given as 8, and we can see it is target 8 position is started from 3, and the end position is 4. For example 2, the target is 6. That means we don't have value in the array, in the given array. So that means we can return -1 and -1. Let's say if the array is empty and we are given one value. So obviously we don't have that value in that array, right? Empty array. That means our output is -1, -1. That is the problem and how to solve it. So we are given a sorted array. So let's let's try to think in a different possibles. Like let's start with two pointers. Okay, obviously it is not a correct way, but still it is for our thinking purpose. So let's start with two pointer. So what we will do in the two pointers? So first we will start two pointers. One is from the start, another is from end, and we'll move this and same like we will just try to move two pointers towards the center and check what is the value at that point. So once we found that one of the pointer is having the value, then one of the pointer is having the target. So one of the pointer is having the target. We will just keep that pointer at that place, and we will try to move the second pointer. And once we reach the target, then we will simply return the array of this. If we are not reaching and I is crossing J or J is crossing I, that means we can return -1. That's it. That is the that is our approach. But this approach is not suitable for this problem. Why? Because here we are given sorted array. So we need to use the flexibility of sorted array. So if it is normal array, then we may use this one. But here we are given sorted array. So obviously when we are getting sorted array, what we can think of, we can directly think of binary search. Yes. So our approach is to solve this problem is binary search. So what I'm going to do is, again I'm taking this example. What I'm going to do is, by using binary search, I will find one of these points. Let me make it some more critical. Okay, not critical, like, okay. So let's say by using binary search, I find this particular index. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find the index of target as 5. What I will do is I will move from this index. I will move right to find the last position, and from this point I will move left to find the first position. That's it. That is our key logic. So we need to find the index, and we need to find move right to find last, and move left to find first. That's it. Let's see how we can do it. Okay. Yes. So what we need to do? First we need to find our index. What is target index? Yes, I can say it is index only. I can consider it as index. So what we need to do? We need to do a binary search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method it will make our uh, it will be more clean to create helper method, uh, not helper method, like the method, the required method. So what is our, we know that binary search is very, we know binary search very well. So while I is less than j, first we need to find mid. Mid is nothing but I plus j by 2, I plus j by 2. If mid is equals to not mid, sorry, if nums of mid is equals to target, then we can simply return mid. Okay, if it is not meeting, that means if mid, so nums of mid is less than target, that means our target is lying on right side part of the array. That means we can make our start I is equals to, start is nothing but I, right? I is equals to mid plus 1, or else j is equals to mid minus 1. That's it, very simple. So after running through all the loop, if we couldn't find anything and I is crossing j, we can simply return minus 1. That's it. Okay. So after finding out the index, let's try to write down our base condition, our some default conditions. Let's say we didn't find the index of the target in the given array. That means that array doesn't contain the target. So index is going to be minus one, right? So index is equals to minus one. What we can say simply is return new int. So we need to return an array, integer array. That's it. The best example for this is this one. So we are given example 2, right? So this one. Okay. What is the other condition? What is the other condition is if I told, right? So we need to move right to find last, and we need to move left to find first, right? How can we do it? Okay, let's do it. So first I am taking the uh, so I'm taking first as index only. So whatever the value we are getting, I'm taking it as. So what I'm going to do is I will move to right. I will move to right by checking if nums of first is equals to target. Then what I'm going to do is I will move right. That means first plus plus. So once we are reaching, once we like let's say for this one, let's say I find my index as third index. Once I am crossing 8, that means once nums of first is not equals to target, that means while loop will get out of this particular while loop, and at the position we can say that our first is nothing but whatever the value we have minus 1. So that's it, and same for last also, same for last also. Okay, last, nums of last, sorry, nums of last is equals to target, and what we can do is instead of plus plus, we need to move towards left. That's it. And after completing this loop, we can simply return array of first minus one, last plus one. That's it. Very simple. And one more condition we are missing is, so we are checking, right? So we need to be very careful that first whatever the index, like what is the first value, it should not get out of the array bounds. So it should be in the bound of array only. So it should not, we should not get the index out of argument. That kind of error we should not get. So that means first should be less than nums dot length. I'm just making this particular condition, checking if first is less than, then only we can move forward. And same for last also. If last is greater than or equals to 0, then only we can do it. That's very simple. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's failed. Why? Yes. What we got is like so what happened here? First is equals to index, last is equals to index. It's fine. Let's say here we find index as 4 and target last minus minus. Everything seems fine only. What is the issue here? What we got? Is it correct or not? So what are the thing we are doing? Like here we made a big mistake. So actually it is lost, right? It is lost, and it is first. Sorry, it's a big mistake. That's it. Lost, lost, lost. Everything's fine. Let's writing. Let's give it a try. Oh, nums are first. What happened here? First doesn't. Okay, I think it will work now. Still, it's failing. Why? 1 6. So actually, we made a lot of mistakes that may makes you confused, but actually, it is working. So I will make another version. Like that means I will make this some changes in this code. We don't need to call the function. We can make it itself in the function. So I will show it to you once we are done with it. Okay, let's submit it. Yes, that's it. So it's working fine. Okay, it's a best solution, but still in the solution we don't need to call our binary search method and writing all these things. We can directly have all the code. I'm going to make few changes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a same method. Okay, same method. What are the changes we are going to do is instead of returning -1, we are going to return this particular part directly. Small changes will make our code more better. Okay, and we can simply copy all this code. Okay, we simply move all this code, and once we find the mid, okay, once we find the mid, we can have we can have our code here. Okay, what we are doing? So what we are doing is instead of returning that, we can directly instead of returning mid, we are pasting, like we are using our existing logic here. So what are the changes? Instead of mid, here we are having index, right? So we should have mid, and what else? Instead of checking nums dot length, what we can say is we can check the j. What is the particular limit, and I small changes, not very big changes made. That's it. It is going to work as usual. Or again some silly mistakes. Okay, that's it. What we did is instead of returning mid, we we use our existing particular code. We use our existing code. So we just made some changes in our variables, and that's it. But here, if you observe, we are getting this error. Why? Because here we should have only 0 and 0, but unlike this, we are having this values. Okay, unlike this, we are having this values. So what is the issue here? So we are using the same code, right? So we are using the same code, and what is the issue here? So actually, we can move till j. This is the condition. Due to this condition, our code is not working. Now it will definitely work. Yes, that's it. A small change. So this is our solution. We are using our existing known binary search, and at the time of returning mid, okay, at the time of returning mid, we add a small logic, these few lines of logic, and rest is it. That's it for today. Thanks everyone.